Hey there, welcome back to Last Red RPGs. Today we're back at Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and we are going to be working on Little Trouble in Big Absalom. Uh, what we looked at what was it, Wednesday now? Last Wednesday we looked at it, and we were working on putting together this little short adventure. And we got through the first chapter, and now we're looking at the second chapter. There were some issues, however, with getting characters because I'm learning this new system, and so even though I'm setting up an adventure, I haven't gone through the whole core rulebook yet. Um, some of you might know it's a rather lengthy book. Not only that, but there's other books to go through as well, such as the Game Mastery Guide. So, some of you may or may not know this, but uh, Humble Bundle released a bundle with Paizo this week, and it was for quite a bit of content. Um, that content included countless number of PDFs. It valued at a total of like $422, and it was only like 25 bucks. And so, yeah, that's quite a bit. So, what I'm going to go ahead and do is one of those files that it gave was the PDF for Little Trouble in Big Absalom. Let's see here. And right now, what I'm trying to do is find the PDF because hmm, here we go. I found the PDF I was looking for. Paizo doesn't name these very nicely, but you know, it's nice that there's still that way to automatically pull it in. So let's see here. Gotta install the module. Um, Now I did play around with PDF to Foundry importer. It was a little rough, especially since it only works with specific PDF documents, and it's very important that you don't rename them either. Um, and so that makes it very difficult when you go to find the documents that you're looking for. So let's see here. So we'll see how it goes with importing this, and hopefully we're able to get what we're looking for. Now, what I'm hoping to find is that it imports actors, scenes, and journals. If it misses any of those, we can work with it and try to get this right. So, all right, it looks like everything's in. let's go to scenes. Let's see what we got. All right, so there's another folder, exact same naming convention. So we got, well, here we go. So I named mine the Tomb. They named theirs Cobalt Basement. They've got journals. They've got walls. Oh, they've got walls. Are we sure that's not? Yeah, because the Tomb is what I worked on. And it's still got the red grids. Oh. Well, it's good to know that all the work I put in last week was pointless. So I'm going to remove my world, or my scene. I'm going to pull theirs in. I want to see all the walls. I want to see, oh, I want to see lighting. I want to see, what else have we got? Is there any ambient sounds? Journal notes, obviously I want to see those. But this is very well done already. The only thing I'm not seeing on the map, which is fine, is actors. Let's go to the actors page. Little Trouble in Big Absalom. Those are just the ones I did. Okay. Well, so there's that little disappointment. I mean, we know we've got the Fungus Leshy. We got the 4 Flash Beetles. We're just going to make that invisible right now. And then we got the taxidermic dogs. And then we got Camilla, but we aren't done with Camilla just yet because we still have to put in the mount. However, if I pull up the forge, let's take a look at that. Because I bet you if I go into my assets, and we go into PDF to Foundry, Little Trouble, here we go. We got all the assets we need. The only thing we don't have is the horse. We don't have the Leshy either, actually. We have the saw blade. We have a lobster thing, and we have our 5 NPC or 5 PCs that are pre-generated. Okay, so didn't get everything I was hoping for. That's okay. Actually, I'm surprised that we've got a well, yeah, we've got a scene, but we don't have. Where does this point to? Map 1. Oh, here we go. Map 1, map 2. Okay. Well, I like this. This looks good. They've got it walled off for us. They've got it lined up with the grid. That makes adventure prep that much easier. I mean, there's just small things I want to do. Like, I wanted to come in here, grab a background color. There we go. Save. Put a wall all the way around the perimeter. Save changes. I want to put walls around the compass. Okay, and I'm going to put a light in here. Light source. Okay, so there's that. Okay, let's hop over to, let's put these on navigation too. Let's hop over to the Cobalt Garden. I don't know what's going on here right now because we haven't read it. Let's see what we got for walling. It's nothing. There's nothing for walls. That I don't care for too much. If you look close enough, you can see. It's it's one of those maps where it ebbs and weaves or changes on where the grid is. Dang. Well, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to configure and I'm going to go ahead and make this our Foundry grid as transparent as possible. I'm going to grab color. Usually I like to stick with what's on the border if possible. Like that one. Alright, save changes. We're going to wall the scene. And that works. Yeah, I think that's it for that. So there's our maps. No need to do much more. Journals are all imported, which is very helpful and useful. Music, as always, is from Ivan Dutch. Now, because I did import it, that does mean that it's not configured to safe levels, as that just went blasting. I do apologize. So, let me get these adjusted because we don't need the same track over and over again. So, and it's kind of nice having some of these different tracks. I think I just did this one, yeah. So, there we go. If anybody knows a quick and easy way to update the volume of these tracks in a playlist, especially folders, like, please do share. That would be, yeah, see. Yeah, if there was an easy way to adjust volume, I would greatly appreciate that. Alright, let's see here. Let's head back to the basement. Let's grab our adventure. We're gonna find the precarious pile. We're gonna drop it right here. We're gonna do a few things. Appearance. We're gonna go too wide, with a height of 6. What was it? 3 down, 1 up, 5. Okay. And we're gonna make it invisible. There we go. Now, I hate how they do the naming of the journals. I hate that they do A1. Now, I do appreciate that. It's actually not that bad of a... Come on now. There we go. It's not bad how it's set up. I mean, it's really quick, easy. If I really needed to just drop this in and play tonight, I wouldn't be disappointed. I would be disappointed that like the pre-gen characters that are with this aren't here. That would be my big gripe, is that the characters aren't ready. And I mean, that's one big selling point of these adventures, is they're pre-generated, they're ready, all it is plug and go. And so, I am disappointed with that aspect, not gonna lie. But, at the same time, it would be nice to build them out myself, get that experience. And so, now one thing I should be doing, actually, since I'm going through these, let's go ahead and do this. Let's import those actors, or put these actors with the naming. We wanted to make these secrets, that way they kind of stand out a little more. Um, because like I'm looking at the book as well. All right, let's go back up here. Let's go through this one at a time. And I know we kind of went over this already, so I'm going to be as quick as possible. Yep. Alright, so the non-compliant wall is fine. Here we got the read aloud. They've also had the creatures kind of set aside like the read aloud is. And I get why they did that, and that's because there's not really a good way to do it. And so, I get why they did it. I really do. But, I mean, for a DM, I like something that really pops out, hey, these are creatures. So. And I mean, like, some of these don't have spacing done right, so. Alright. And so next week I do plan on running this adventure. Starting about the same time as today's stream. So that is the plan. And looking to run as much run through chapter 1. And we're gonna stop at the end of chapter 1. That is the plan. When we're ready to go into chapter 2, we'll do that next week. Or the week after. So alright, so here we go. Camilla, let's see here. This room is luxurious furniture, including a child-sized bed with forgotten children's toys piled upon it. Camilla, 4 foot tall, soul-bound doll. Princess Sunset is the riding pony. Camilla was left in the... She and Princess Sunset, the riding pony, then attack. Let's do this. I'm going to do the companion browser. This is a nice little thing. I'm going to go through the bestiaries. This is so helpful. I'm not even joking. This is crazy how insane PDF to Foundry is. It's absurd how good it is. Let's just type in writing. And we have a writing pony. Guess what that is? That is exactly what we need. Writing pony. Let's see here. Do we have a stat block? I have the taxidermic dogs. Alright, Princess Sunset. Here we go. It's a creature 2. This is a creature 0, so I don't think that's the right one. I think the closest one's going to be the frog. But let me compare the riding pony with Princess Sunset here. Alright. Perception 6. Where do I see perception on here? Oh, here we go. Perception. Is it +4? Okay. Skills, athletics. Here we go. Athletics 9. This is acrobatics and athletics. Okay. So there are some changes. What about... Oh, we don't have to... Yeah, this is... Yeah, Princess Sunset's a little different. Let's see here. Ooh. Or how about we just look for Princess Sunset, huh? Let's just import her. Now, let's go ahead and see if we can find some art for her. That might be a little more difficult than I thought, actually, thinking about it. What? There's always a good old place to look. How about we look on Google? I am not seeing anything. Alright. PF2e. Oh, hey. I bet you the Riding Pony that we saw earlier. What source are you from? Oh, I wish I knew. Um, Pathfinder Bestiary. Perfect. Guess what else I have? I have the Bestiary. But I was having problems with it, so I need to re-import the Bestiary. And the problem is the naming. So, like I said, the naming on these are very unhelpful. PZ09500 dash number alphabet. Like, that does not tell me what the book is at all. Okay. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go through these and try to find. There we go. I found the one I'm after. So, right there. Now this is going to take a little while because this is a massive book, 362 pages from cover to back. I know it's not as big as the core rulebook, which on the PDF is 642 pages. Like, holy crap. And so, I'm honestly, I'm very surprised and pleased with um, how many um, how many books were in this packet. It's insane to me. Like, yeah, and so now you see all those assets are being added to my library. And it's just the images. And so initially I thought, oh, it's creating all these actors. Good. Then I can save them as a compendium on my own separate. And no, it's just the art. So that means, which, I mean, that's good too, because that means when Pathfinder 2nd Edition, this game system, gets updated for Foundry, you don't lose your art that's attached to a creature. Or, and it's just, it's good. It's the right way to do it, I guess. I mean, it's kind of annoying because now you have to go through and find the asset you want for creatures, like Princess Sunset here. Um, but it's a good way to do things, honestly. Um, Now, one thing that I was touch annoyed with, not gonna lie, was I went to, um, so I'm using Adobe Acrobat Reader, and I was hoping to be able to listen to the book, the PDF, while I was at work. Well, Paizo does a smart thing, since they're selling PDFs, and that is they tag each PDF with the source, the owner, as well as their login and the date they downloaded it. Smart way to do it. Well, that's at the top and bottom of every page. Again, smart way to do it. But all of their pages, or most of their pages, at least once you get into the actual content, are pictures and not words. And the PDF and Adobe cannot read pictures. And so it was just reading the source information for each page over and over again. I'm like, no. Alright, let's see here. Page 209 is what we're looking for. Oh, interesting. Okay, so they do have riding horses, riding ponies, and so there's going to be art for that, so that's good. It's not going to be the construct art for Princess Sunset because she is a construct, which is, I mean, it is what it is. That's fine. I just needed some art for it. But like, I would hope to have, um, yeah, I'm happy that there's going to be art. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah. Um, oh, interesting. So scrolling through their bestiary, um, one creature that's right after the horses, or the mounts, or let me rephrase this. Yeah, it is after the horses, but the horses are broken down into two types, I guess you can say. You have riding and you have warhorse, and then you have pony versions. So you have four mounts right there. Um, the ponies are smaller, and so they're creature size less. Oh wow! And so a warhorse is a creature too, and that's what Princess Sunset is. Holy cow! That to me sounds like Princess is going to be tough. Um, Interesting. But right below it is a creature that I've always had a fascination with, and that is the Hydra. Um, and so Hydras, they're all over in fantasy, uh, all over. Me, I grew up loving them from Greek mythology, um, and so when I was like, oh, Hydra, okay, and then on the side I see variant Hydras. Okay, let's take a look at this. All right, so scholars of bestial lore can describe several Hydra variants. Though rare, hydras with more than 5 heads live in very isolated areas, sometimes guarding incredibly powerful artifacts. What does that immediately make me, as the DM, want to do? I want to throw a 7-headed hydra at somebody with a powerful artifact being protected by it. Uh, Explorers who have visited colder swamps and frozen glaciers tell tales of hydras with blue-tinged scales that are immune to the cold and can exhale clouds of icy death. Ooh. So they give elemental weapon effects to them. Oh my goodness, that is so nice. Um, Now, it only says a creature's 6. Again, to me, that seems pretty low. Um, but again, I am new to Foundry. I'm sure I'm going to be off on things, but like, I mean, if you look at the stat block, you have hit points for the body, and you have hit points for the heads. And so I'm curious how that's going to go. So similar stories describe fiery hydras that breathe gouts of flame and swim in molten lava of active volcanoes. So yeah, if you wanted to do something like a jungle theme, you could easily make it so that your Hydra has like a poison breath, or maybe something else. Um, I mean, the beautiful artwork that they have here of a Hydra makes me think more of an aquatic Hydra. Um, I don't necessarily know what I would do. Well, I know what I would do with this. I would have it in a watery cave system. And what it's going to do is it's going to try and bite and grab and drag the player characters under the water. That would be awesome. So, um, but yeah, the art for that was just so beautiful. I'm like, ooh, I have to stop and just wow. And I'm scrolling through more, and some of these creatures, I'm just like, oh my goodness, these are amazing. Beautiful artwork is done. Okay, that's a new one to me. Lamias. Um, Basically half lion, half human. Cool. The Lamia matriarch. Okay, something's going on. Lamias are. Alright, let's see here. Because I'm waiting for these assets to load. Lamias are bloodthirsty victims of an ancient curse which they blame the gods. Most Lamias are humanoid from the waist up, but have lower bodies of beasts and monsters. Oh, okay, so it's not just. Okay, so they can. Wow, they can be all over the place. They can be lion, they can be snake, they can be all sorts of creatures. Interesting. Oh, leshies. We keep seeing leshies all over the place. There's the what was the other adventure called? A Fistful of Flowers, and that one is about leshies. So let's see here. Leshies are intelligent plant creatures that guard areas of primeval wilderness or earthly power. Originally created by powerful fae, they manifest when a skilled practitioner of primal magic, typically a druid, combines a nature spirit with a body carefully grown from local vegetation. The rights and materials required to create a leshy vary depending on the type of leshy. They are typically given life in an area of great natural significance, such as an arboreal's grove, a druidic circle, a fairy ring, or a great natural wonder. Okay. Okay, so that adventure is a little more interesting now because it has here as associated monsters because of their relative frailty. Leaf leshies frequently act. Okay, so just leaf leshies. Okay, act as liaisons and call upon more powerful forest guardians when their domains are threatened. Nymphs, sprites, and other goodly fae may respond to the call of a leaf leshy, as do arboreals and other plant creatures. Okay. Um, so there's the leaf, there's the gourd, there's the fungus leshy, which we saw here. There's a lich. I'm pretty familiar with the lich. Okay, what is it? Creature 12. Okay, so for me, coming from 5th edition, that is a CR 20 monster. So for it to be called a creature 12 here, um, makes me realize that creature 6 for the Hydra is pretty close to what it would be D&D wise for me. Um, so, oh wow, they really go into the lich stuff. They've got like 5 pages on it. That's cool. And then they have these creatures called Lenorums. That looks. These guys look so awesome. Alright, we got our imports done. Let's go here. We're going to go PDF to Foundry. Bestiary 1. We're gonna look for writing. Um, let's do the actor. And then I'm gonna go back through. We're just a token. Update. Close that. I know it's not quite. Oh, I don't need the companion browser anymore. Um, Save that. Close that. Tomb Workshop. Close that. All right. Drop her in here. Um, and you know what? Since we've got actual art, let's do this. I'm going to open up all of these, and actually the Flash Beetle, we'll see what we can do there. Uh, let's see if we can edit their tokens. Camilla, let me see what I can do with her. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull anything off for her. So, let's go into PDF to Foundry, Bestiary 1. Oh, just let's see what the token looks like. Because right now, this is what we're looking at. Not quite what I'm looking for. So, oh no, let's update the prototype, not that one. Alright, we're gonna go with that. What I could do is take Camilla's picture. I probably have it. I don't know where I have it saved. So, I'm not gonna worry about it too bad. Beetles. Again, let's head back into the bestiary. Let's search for a beetle. And you know what? I'm not too worried. Let's go ahead and because now if I drop in the beetle, there we go. Got the dog and the fungus as well. Alright, we're going to get rid of these beetles. I'm going to get rid of the leshy as well as the dogs. Because I can tell you I'm going to have more that I can work with. Now I'm going to turn off visibility to these tools. Alright. Did I just see that pop up? Yes, I did. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Hover image, I don't want that on anymore. Image hover. Okay. Now, because I want to get this done, I'm going to paste those four. And now we're going to look at our Fungus Leshy. Fungus Leshy, the character I'm fine with. It is the... well, really, I'm not... Oh. I'm looking for here. Token. Update. Avatar. Update. Oh, actor, not avatar. Gotcha. That's why that failed. So now I drop that down. I should have a token. Yeah, there we go. Dog. Um, let's see what we've got for an actor for that. Um, Alright, there we go. Um, that should be everything for this. Um, so there's chapter 1. There's those creatures. I'm going to create a folder. We're going to go PCs. Okay. Alright, chapter 2. We're heading upstairs. So, though the hook claws have always been cautious by nature, success has been a heady drug, with the spoils of their exploration providing a life of comfort beyond what any kobold has previously imagined. The stairway upward has begun to emit a siren call, with promises of further treasures just beyond the doorway. Though the PCs should have plenty of time to rest and recuperate, the other hook claws' curiosity eventually gets the better of them, and they ask their kobold, or their heroes, to sneak out to explore once more. How this plays out depends on the events of the previous adventure. If the PCs vanquished all the dangers in the cellar, their new mission is met with a great deal of fanfare, whereas if they failed to ensure the safety of their fellow kobolds, the task is assigned as a punishment. Ooh, very interesting start. Whatever the case, the PCs can venture up the stairs in the passageway behind Camilla's lair when they are ready. The PCs can see light coming from the cellar from the crack underneath the door. And a PC who succeeds a DC 14 perception check can hear movement in the adjoining room. Although the cellar door is locked, the locker is rusted and can be shoved out of the doorframe, allowing the door to be easily opened. The room leading out of the basement is a cozy living space, covered in pleasant amenities such as comforting furniture, crochet dollies, and little fluffy sheep dolls, and filled with tempting aroma of tea and cookies. Ooh. The chamber is currently occupied by the sole resident of the house, a tiny dark-skinned old woman with white curls pulled back in a bun. A cheerful woman who is both extremely nearsighted and incredibly hard of hearing. She mistakes any kobolds approaching her for children from the neighborhood. Should a kobold come close to her, she smiles and turns to greet them. Well, hello there. Have you come to pay Granny a visit on her birthday? It does get lonely here with all my own kids moved out. The old woman toddles in her kitchen to retrieve a large jar, opening it to reveal fresh-smelling cinnamon cookies. Don't be shy, or I'll have to eat them all myself. Eat myself sick, I will. Actually, would you kids like to do Granny a favor? Okay, here we go. Here's our quest hook. I'll give you all some shiny coins if you do. As the old woman smiles beneficially. Huh, don't know that word. Google time. In a way that appears happy and calm, especially in a holy way. And their example is she smiled beneficially. uh, Gotta love when things line up exactly the same. A little birdie, a little birdie told me my neighbor Jaren is out at the Grand Bazaar today and won't be back until tonight.
Go into his garden, 2 houses down, and get my hedge trimmer back for me, will you? I lent it to him 6 months ago, and he still hasn't given it back. The nerve of that man. As if he hasn't got a whole shed full of his own magic tools to use. Just be sure to watch out for the large crawfish, for the lawn crawfish, dears. I've heard they've gotten a bit persnickety. Ooh, interesting. Alright, so now we get some backstory about Granny. Granny's actually a powerful druid, though she gave up adventuring years ago. Should the kobolds attempt to attack her, she is quite capable of subduing them and throwing them out of her house. Fortunately, should the kobolds return after being thrown out, Granny does not appear to recognize them, and treats them as neighborhood children once more, allowing the PCs to restart the conversation if need be. Okay. Um, yeah. Granny responds to most questions with seeming non-sequesters, based on what she believes she heard rather than what she was actually asked. However, the PCs can get a small amount of information out of her. Some questions that Granny will answer are listed here. Who is Jaren? Jaren? And so, her response, he is a cad, is what he is. Stealing an old woman's hedge trimmer. The man is obsessed with his garden, and I should know. What is a hedge trimmer? Well, there's a good question. It's a long pole with a spinning blade on the end to get those really high up spots powered by magic. My boys brought it to me after I tried to prune a cherry tree that broke my hip. They gave me a real mouthful for that. Where would the hedge trimmer be? Heavens if I know. He probably keeps it out in that little round gazebo in his garden. But I can't be sure. I haven't been over there in a long time. What is a lawn crawfish? Great question. Um, crawfish in your lawn? Me and my brothers would always try to catch them with bits of bacon on a string. Don't crawfish live in water? Oh, you must be from the north. Whenever the PCs intend to return, whether the PCs intend to return the hedge trimmer or not, the hook claws would be extremely excited to examine such an interesting magical tool. Should the PCs report back to the hook claws before fulfilling Granny's request, the other kobolds eagerly suggest the PCs attempt to find this unusual item. Let's see here. Guards. Although Eastgate is routinely patrolled by the City Watch, the neighborhood is idyllic, and its parks and hedges hide a startling array of animals. So long as the PCs refrain from extreme actions, they can avoid any notice, but obvious criminal activities such as arson will likely see the kobolds thrown in a prison cell. Granny's neighbor Jaren Fenn lives in the residence 2 houses to the west of Granny's abode. Granny spoke truthfully when she claimed. Well, why am I reading on here? Let's bring it up here. Oh, that was what we were working on. Chapter 2. See, the spacing on these is not right. Because, like, this has no spacing at all. Um, but also, like, as you can tell, that I can't zoom in on this, so it's just hard to read. That's one thing I would like is for um for a way to zoom in and out. That would be so helpful because like if I make this full screen, it's not doing anything. So there's no point to editing or trying to read it on here. I'd rather read it on the PDF viewer on the side where it's big and blown up. Actually, let's just do this. Let's bring it over. That way we can all see it and go from there. So, here we go. The garden. Um, Jaren Fenn lives in the residence 2 house to the west of Granny's abode. Granny spoke truthfully when she claimed he is obsessed with his garden. In fact, his passion has currently landed him in trouble. Jaren notoriously buys, borrows, and hoards any item that can make his garden grow better, including Granny's hedge trimmer. More recently, however, he bought a magic powder from Absalom's Grand Bazaar that promised to enrich plant growth. Uh-oh, I can see where this is leading. The powder worked as promised. In fact, it worked too well, as Jaren's garden was infused with Fey energy from the First World, which left his plants and other occupants of the garden growing out of control. Jaren is always searching for Jaren is away, searching for a way to reverse the effects of the powder, which means he's not currently around to catch any kobolds who may or may not sneak onto his property. That doesn't mean the garden is unguarded, however. Alright. PCs who approach the garden immediately notice an obvious oddity. It seems to lack an entrance. The magic powder caused the bordering hedges to rocket upward and grow together, infusing a thick wall. The first challenge is getting inside. Okay, that's not a bad start. Um, I am out of water. I'm going to go ahead and go grab that and just talk about Pathfinder and what I've been enjoying. Actually, I'm going to have to put myself on mute because the icebox. So, um, yeah, I will go ahead and be right back. Alright, so obviously I need to get my Be Right Back screen put back together. I have it on my other collection of scenes, but not on this one, so. Alright, we have. Let's go ahead and see what the hedge is like. Hedge, it's a trivial 1 challenge. This 9-foot tall hedge wall is absolutely covered in leaf-like magenta flowers. 3-inch long thorns stick out from underneath the petals. This decorative outer hedge is made of bougainvillea, a plant known for its showy flowers and long sharp thorns.
Bougainville is a difficult plant to prune under normal circumstances, but this magical powder but the magical powder Jaren used on it has caused the hedge to grow even nastier spines than normal. Ooh. So, the hedge has a DC 15 to climb, a hardness of 5, 17 hit points, and resistance 10 to bludgeoning and piercing damage. Okay. Ooh, any PC who wishes to climb or cut a passageway through the wall must also succeed a DC 16 acrobatics check. Failure results in the PC taking 1d6 piercing damage. A PC can use a reach or ranged attack to clear a hole through the hedge without needing to attempt acrobatics. But cutting the hedge in this fashion is clumsy and attracts the attention of the giant badger in area B2. Oh gosh. Alright, so before we even get onto the scene, we are dealing with a hedge. Alright, let's jump over to the garden. Let's take a look here. So obviously we got our hedge around the perimeter. But doesn't really give us where they enter from. B2, let's see here. The gazebo, the labyrinth. Alright, the hedge. So the courtyard. So B2 is this right here. Alright, let's see here. I don't know how I would work this, honestly. Let's see. B2, garden courtyard. Actually, let's go ahead. Let's go into these journals. They need edited. Some editorial work. Oh wait, there was something I. Alright, there was one thing I did like that we were working on, and this is it. A2. I want to go into here. So, and this is Foundry wise, so there's nothing wrong with how they were doing setting it up, but um, put this here. I'm gonna cut acrobatics out because we. Oop, oop. We know it's acrobatics that we need. DC is 16. We know it's going to be a check. And result is 1d6. Piercing damage. Okay. Oh, one more. What's my question is what skill would be used for climbing? Like I'm assuming athletics, but yeah. Okay. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and save that. And now, see, if you select a token, you can just click that, but we're going to pop that out, and then we can have everybody who needs to roll an acrobatics. And in the end, if and when they take damage, they take damage. And so I'm going to actually go back in here. I don't think we need all that. Let's save that. Let's take a look at how that rolls out. See, that's not rolling now. So I guess we do have to keep it as it was. Um, or we can just, let's try this. Nope. Yep, we gotta keep those parentheses and everything as it was. Yeah, yeah, without the parentheses and the brackets that don't roll. Okay, cool, good to know. Oh, I wonder, one thing that I'm used to, they don't have here. Okay, interesting. So, with D&D, um, creatures have an average hit point score, um, and then they have um, dice for, they have hit dice as well. That way you can randomize their hit points. And so normally I like to do that, is have random hit points and some small adjustments to their ability scores, um, if they're humanoids. But don't have that option here, which is, it's alright. Okay, so I like how that is. Um, I'm guessing, let's do a, so we got a DC 15 to climb. I'm just gonna go with athletics. Yeah, there we go. So, I guess that's what we're gonna work with right there. I'm gonna save, hold on to that just in case I need it again, because I'll probably have to go through the journals once more and tidy them up to have them look the way I liked them. Now, I will admit, um, gosh. So, I mean, if you go into the journal, it's also nice to have like B1 and whatnot. Mm, that's probably, no, not quite. Because, I mean, you could go with custom, but yeah. Alright, let's go ahead, let's pull up our journals. Let's keep going. So B2. Oh, save that. Ooh. Alright, now I do know I have a giant badger I can pull in. Giant badger's a creature too. I'm gonna import that. Drop it into here. I do know I have artwork for the giant badger. here. We're going to PDF to Foundry, Bestiary. Um, and giant animated statue, centipede, eagle, gecko, mantis, monitor, moray, octopus, rat, scorpion, stag, viper, wasp, rune, skeletal, stone giant, storm giant, ooh, cloud, fire, frost, ooh. That is not, um, okay. Hmm. Um, let's see here. I'm gonna have to look around for a badger. Let's see here. Okay. We're gonna go with tokens. Uh, Forgotten Adventures, Creatures, Beasts. We're gonna choose a file. Um, I mean, here's our tiny badger, but we're looking for a giant badger. We'll go with that. And we'll let that be our token art as well. Um, but here we go. I want to replace that with the actual creature. Save that. That way, if I need to, I can pull up the badger right there. Um, and I need that to be a secret block, so it's easy and identifiable as a creature, or an encounter, not a creature. Alright, so let's see, what do we know about the garden courtyard? Low 1. A luscious foot-tall grass of this garden, the luscious foot-tall grass of this garden has collapsed under its own weight, lying in flat waves across the perimeter of this carefully cultivated field. Smooth white stones form neat paths across the lawn, decorated with fallen blossoms from flowering trees. Jaren's plants weren't the only victims of his unfortunate purchase. His pet badger, Madame Trunch Snuffle. So let's rename her, or the badger. Um, oh, that's different. Okay. It doesn't show it as. So I'm used to it having an option on here for its hostility, whether it's friendly, hostile, or neutral. I'm not seeing that with Pathfinder. Okay. I'm gonna go and put Madame Truffle Snuffle, Trunch Snuffle, out there. Okay.
But we do have some more DC stuff out here, um, which requires things like checks. Let's see here. Who had the better setup? I think it was the wall. Here we go. This will work. Oh, should have closed that. Oh well. So let's read here. The Badger. Okay, so Madame Trunch Snuffle was originally the size of a normal badger. However, the magical powder's first world energies transformed the creature into a massive beast with a proportional appetite. The badger is not particularly hostile, but would be perfectly happy to enjoy a kobold snack. Madame Trunch Snuffle is curious and investigates any movement she senses, examining any creatures she encounters by mildly attempting to take a bite out of it. Oh. Trunch Snuffle's curiosity can be used to the PC's advantage, however. PCs who succeed at a DC 18 Deception or Nature check can distract the Badger, causing her to wander off to investigate another portion of the garden. Unfortunately for the PCs, Madame Trunch Snuffle is stubborn, and she continues returning to harass them unless they manage to evade her senses or otherwise deal with her for good. If attacked, Trunch Snuffle becomes ferocious, retreating only if reduced below 5 hit points. Okay, well, knowing how encounters go, usually if something is below 5 hit points and then it tries to retreat, it is dead. That just provokes too many opportunity attacks. Trunch Snuffle here has 30 hit points, so she could last a little while. Okay. Let's see here. How do we want to do this? So we need a DC 18. It could be in nature. Well, we just or deception. All right, there we go. All right. Almost done. We've got the Rose Labyrinth. Um, looking at it, it's not too much of a labyrinth. All right. So Madame Trunch Snuffle, if the PCs evade or drive off Trunch Snuffle without killing the Badger, award them experience points as if they had defeated the creature in combat. Um, I mean, that's one thing that Pathfinder just does right, is making sure characters are awarded their experience points for what they accomplish. D&D, not so much. It's kind of expected. Well, with how D&D is, it's milestones, 100%. There's no experience points. So I do like the idea of the experience points and how it's set up here versus how it was supposed to work in 5th edition. And the reason why I say supposed to is because it just doesn't. Alright, let's see here. Ooh, I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to need compendium browser again. Alright. The tall hedges are trimmed into geometric shapes and sprout foot-long red roses. White paths curve between them, creating a meditative path throughout the garden. The rose hedges in this area have the same statistics and provide the same danger as the Bougainvillea walls in Area B1. They also provide an ideal hiding place for small creatures, as they are 6 feet tall and effectively block any line of sight. Creature. The infusion of the power from the first world weakened the boundaries between planes, drawing a fairy dragon named Irilini into the city of Absalom. Though concerned that she cannot seem to return home, the tiny dragon is making the best of her situation by causing mischief. Irilini is hiding among the rose bushes, using her arcane spells to play pranks on anyone who comes near. Should she spot the kobolds, Irilini uses her stealth and attempts to play minor tricks without being caught, such as creating illusionary sounds of kittens, turning the PC's equipment bright colors, oh this is going to be fun, or telekinetically decorating the PCs with flowers. Oh man, this this is what I call chaotic neutral, where you're just doing silly stuff that has no bearing on the world at all. It's just having fun to have fun. Should the PC spot Irilini, they are aware that the Hook Claw clan would be ecstatic to win the favor of the dragon. Tiny though she might be, with a successful DC 18 Arcana check to recall knowledge, a PC realizes that fairy dragons are friendlier towards those who are especially responsive to their tricks. PCs who succeed at a DC 13 Deception, Diplomacy, or Performance check to dramatically play along with Irilini's pranks can draw the dragon out into the open. Once the fairy dragon is engaged in this way, the PCs can attempt a diplomacy check to make an impression. PCs who are trained in performance can use perform for their skill instead of diplomacy. Irilini is intrigued by the on its success, Irilini is intrigued by the kobolds and promises to visit the Claw clan, which the PCs know will absolutely delight their fellow kobolds. Alright. So we need our fairy dragon. Oh nice, it already has art. I'm just gonna drop the dragon in here. Gonna make them invisible. One thing I'm thinking about doing, since these rose bushes are so big, is kind of just putting walls in them. I don't know. Alright, that is area B3. Last area before the gazebo. This strange building lacks any walls and has only a round sloped roof held by a ring of pillars around the edges. At the center of the structure is a glass enclosed interior with a few couches and a locked closet. The large stone gazebo contains tables, benches, vases filled with flowers, and a conspicuous storage closet in the center of the structure. The closet is locked with a slightly rusted padlock. So a successful DC-15 trained thievery check. Is required to unlock it. On a critical failure, the lock jams and becomes impossible to open. If none of the PCs are able to open the lock, they can instead bash the door down with a successful DC-17 strength check. Repeated failures do not affect the PC's ability to try again. Once the PCs open the garden closet, they can help themselves to the contents inside. In addition to Granny's hedge trimmer, the closet also contains a +1 hatchet and a +1 dagger, 2 flasks of moderate alchemist's fire, an old phylactery, an alarm snare, a spike snare, and a first aid kit containing 3 antidotes, and an assortment of gardening tools. Here we go. Now we get into the lawn crawfish. And this is the last section. Oh, and then the conclusion. Lawn crawfish. As the PCs attempt to leave the garden after retrieving their prize, the ground beneath them begins to shake. Holes open up in the pristine grass of the lawn, rapidly filling with water. Huge chitinous lawn crawfish have detected the intruders and emerge from their tunnels, moving to rend the kobolds limb from limb. These 4 crawfish have been warped beyond recognition by Jaren's magical powder, and no longer feel pain, causing them to fight to the death. The PCs must either defeat the terrible beasts or attempt to outrun the creatures and escape the garden into safety. If PCs escape the lawn crawfish to the safety of Absalom streets, award them experience points as if they had defeated the creatures in combat. Alright. Conclusion. Should the PCs choose to be honest and return Granny's hedge trimmer to Granny, whether intact or broken, the old woman waves them off and states, "Wouldn't you know it? While you were out, my grandson came by to give me a new one. Said the old model was rubbish. You can have it if you want, dearies. Maybe one of your parents might like it." True to her word, however, she gives each player character 5 gold coins for their troubles. Alright, yeah, that seems like a simple enough adventure. Um, Honestly, I'm liking Chapter 1 a lot more than Chapter 2. Just because that is more of your traditional dungeon crawl. Whereas this one is kind of a fetch quest, which, I mean, we kind of all gotten bored of, thanks to any video game RPG. Hey, welcome to the town. I need this item. Go pick 10 flowers for me, please. Like, really? But I mean, it is a simple quest. It's a great starter quest. I mean, there's a reason why most games go, "Hey, adventurer, please go get this for me." Um, so, all right, let's get our creature for the um, lawn crawfish. It is a variant of reef claws. Creature 1. So, PFS 1 through 12. Pathfinder Society. 1 through 12. I'm assuming. Let's see here. Actor. Oh, why is actor not? Edit folder. Alright, so we got our reef claw. I don't know what variant did they say it was? Oh, it was a reef claw. Let's see. R reef claw. There we go. I'm gonna have art for this. So let's see here. Ooh. Um, that art is a little more vicious than what we were seeing with the so um, here's our image for. Oh, let's just do this. Oh, that's the token. That's the character artwork. So here is here's our reef crawfish. This is the stat block that they're using. Um, and then here's our lawn crawfish. Quite a difference in art, if you ask me. um, Either way, it doesn't matter too much to me. The token, it works well enough. I just want to make sure that looking over these, I don't get much of anything from these. Oh, see, it would have been so much quicker if I just used the actual reef claw instead of the Pathfinder Society. But let's make sure that nothing. Yeah, see, nothing too. Oh, we do have some extra speed. We have a 10-foot barrel. Perception is a 7. They have perception 8. So let's change that real quick. Notes. Let's see. Do they have anything on the variant? Let's. Oh, reef claw is just right there. So 279. Let's see here. Okay, so once a reef claw has decided upon a course of action, it follows through even if doing so spells its own end. More than one reef claw survivor has said that the creature released its bone-crushing grasp only after its brains were leaking from its broken skull, and even then the reef claw was able to perform a terrible last slash as part of its dying breath. Ooh boy. Okay, so uh, let's fix these journals real quick. We don't need that. We got our fairy dragon. Oh, but we've got a name for our fairy dragon. Let's get that done. Update, close. We're gonna highlight her name. We're gonna bring her over and in. Oh, it's easy to grab her. Save that. Irelini. Rose Labyrinth. We got the gazebo. Alright, so items. Oh, did this import items? No. Dang. Okay. That's okay. Um, Again, the compendiums on here are just amazing anyways. Ugh. Um, I don't know why it does this, but sometimes things get shifted around and they don't stay in their assigned folders. Um, so they all get shifted into a default folder. That is one gripe I have with compendium folders. But honestly, it does such a fine job normally anyways that I'm not too worried about that. So we are looking for items. I will say I wish these were alphabetized. I really do. Equipment, let's look for that. Alright, this isn't working. Equipment. We got a +1. Weapons. Hmm. No, that was the folder we were looking at, was equipment. What about a dagger? Alright, we'll import that. And it's a +1 dagger. It is a weapon, magical weapon. It's a +1 on damage. Um, hmm. Is there a way to give a +1 on this? I'm not looking to mystify.
see here. Oh, let's go. Trying to see what I can find. Equipment. Let's go to that. 270. I'm looking at the core rulebook right now, trying to figure this out. Well, let's do this. Let's go right here. I love all the beautiful art that they have. This is amazing. Okay. Equipment, coin value, currencies, prices, carrying, using. Right now, I'm not really looking for. I'm looking for weapons. Shields, weapons. Critical, unarmed, improvised. Damage, selecting. Tables, weapon traits. Weapon descriptions. Critical specialization effects. Gear. I'm not looking for adventuring gear. Class kits. Formulas, magic gear, servicing, cost of living animals, items and sizes, and spells. Okay. That did not have what I was looking for at all for like +1. Um, Knowing how D&D did it, I would find that in their version of the Game Master's Guide. Oh, that's not it. Is this it, or is this the pawns? Nope, this is it. Okay. Let's see here. Game Master Basics, Tools, Subsystems, Variant Rules, NPC Gallery. Gosh, this is tough. Let's do Control F on a +1, and we'll just try +1 dagger. See if that comes up with anything. Probably gonna after this fails, because it most likely will. Gonna try +1 weapon. Well, it came up with a creature that has a +1 dagger. It came up with oh, perfect. All right, so I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna cheat. So this is a trick I learned a long time ago. Oh, equipment. Oh my god, I forgot how this companion browser is so much better than I'm +1 dagger. All right, so we don't have a +1 dagger pre-made within all of the folders and files in here. But if I go to the bestiary, and if I look up the Priest of Pharasma, I'm going to import them because in their inventory they have a dagger +1. Actually, can I just... Okay, I gotta import the creature. Creature, inventory. Okay. Thanks, priest. Like, seriously, that's all I needed. potency rune. Okay, see, I, okay. Nope, this does not help me at all. But like, yeah. Let's do this. I'm gonna create an actor. I'm just gonna test. Alright, gosh, I'm so unfamiliar with all this. Alright, we're gonna import the +1 dagger. We're also gonna go, we're gonna give them a dagger. I'm gonna equip in hand 1. Okay, so that just pops out information about it. Let's go to the actions. We'll draw. Alright, so we got. Okay, and damage. Okay, now if I strike and damage. Okay, it's not giving a +1 on damage. Alright, let's pull up the... See, this is why I'm like, alright, what's... Because to me, a +1 dagger means it gets a +1 on attack and a +1 on damage. Is that the case? I don't know. Because a +1 on just the strike, to me, sounds more like a masterwork dagger, if I'm not mistaken. So, item quirks? Let's see how that one is. Oh, not chapter 1, chapter 2. Item quirks. Let's just do this. Item quirks. Oh, that's not anywhere near what I was looking at. This is like melodonic, skin altering. Yeah, no, not. I don't. Those are quirks, not what I'm looking at. Because I'm trying to find where. All right, magic item variants. Okay. I don't think that's gonna be it either. No. Maybe in. Again, I'm just guessing here. Maybe in crafting and treasure. There's just so many pages and pages of rules that it is very difficult to find what I'm looking for. I do like that they have treasure by levels. I love that. I like that they have consumables table, permanent items table, and it keeps going and being broken down. All right, so they have a section that, or
item called +1 weapon. So let me, I want to find I want to find +1 weapon more. Runes. I feel bad for my current players because right now we're going through um, Curse of Strahd for 5th edition. And the plan was to continue on, to do something bigger, greater afterwards. And I just can't do it with wizards. So I was thinking whatever new game system we pick up, we'll wrap up their characters with that. With how this is going, there's no way I can convert them over to Pathfinder. I mean, they're going to be level 12, 13, somewhere in there. There's just no way. Um, we'll we'll end up doing. We'll have to end up doing it with either another game system or um, yeah, it'll be a new game system or gosh, can't think. Um, or we'll have to just finish out with 5th edition and um, yeah. I mean, at least with fifth edition for me, there's just familiarity. Looking at Pathfinder now, I'm just like, oof, these are massive tomes. All right, let's see here. That book I don't need at all right now. Let's go +1 weapon. Hmm. Gosh. Because, like I said, a dag to me, that no, I'm going to use the good old Google. Do unless someone's on here that could speak up. Um, because yeah, um, yeah, I'm gonna have to do some digging around. Let's. I'm gonna go back into the PDF. Let's see if we got a. Let's see if we got a hatchet, or if anyone deals with it. Oh, I want a +1 though. Nope, didn't think so. Um, but now that I see how they do their dagger, how it's created, I can go in, take this item. We're gonna go in and we're gonna duplicate because I need a second hatchet.
We're going to go into details. Weapon types. Potency rune, +1. Property, leave that alone. Because like for me, it should be a +1 bonus. No custom damage, no other text. But you'll see the hatchet I upgraded. I didn't change the name, but the price changed as reflected in the green here. So did the item score. And so I believe a 2 is uncommon. But you also see the naming and the items on the side is now says a +1, even though this does not say that. But the title on the screen does. Okay, so that's cool. It works like that. But yeah, for me, a dagger should have a bonus of 1. That to me, that's what it should be. So that's what we're gonna go with. But that's where we're at. Looks like chapter 2 is good and ready. We got our long crawfish. Let's put those actors in here. Save that. Oh, I forgot, make these a secret block. And there we go. We got what we need. We've got our conclusion. I think this will be a good, fun adventure. I look forward to seeing how it plays out. That was chapter 1. We don't need chapter 1 right now. Save some module settings that I changed. I got rid of the image hover, so that was just one. That was just, it was nice, but it wasn't really a need to have. And so, why keep it? Alright, let's see here. Actor-wise, we'll get rid of the test. Delete that. Yep. We don't have any PCs. Oh, I need to make PCs for next week. We have our +1. We have all of our items. That's what I was working on. We were working on chapter 2, conclusion. Or no, the gazebo. We're editing this. So we had our hatchet. We had our dagger. And 2 flasks of alchemist's fire. Ooh. Wait, did it? Artisan's tools. Okay. Equipment. Moderate. Very good. Import that. And oil of potency. Alarm snare? Oh boy. They have a few snares. So, signally, we need spike. First aid. Oh, they do not have that. Oh, because a first aid kit containing 3 antidotes. Considering the value of everything else so far has been about 3 gold pieces, I'm going to go with the lesser. And an assortment of gardening tools. Okay, so the only other one I need to get in here is Granny's Hedge Trimmer. Um, let's get this real quick. Granny's Hedge Trimmer. I do not know how to create this. So let's try this real quick. Haha. We'll just import it. Now, I am going to change out the art because I do know that the PDF to Foundry did import it. Okay, there we go. Polearm base. Ooh. Yeah, just leaving it. It's a unique one. What is exotic? That's what it's called. Um, okay. Requires 2 hands. Let's see, 2 hands. Granny's Hedge Trimmer resembles a polearm, with wearing a blade attached to the end of the pole. The item can be used as a simple weapon in the polearm group that deals 1d4 slashing damage. How's that written out? Oh, because I had the space in there earlier. That's why. Okay. Okay. After that, I just have the player characters to import. So we're gonna save that. Oh wait, didn't get Granny's. Let's get Granny's in here. Granny's Hedge Trimmer. There we go. We have the hedge trimmer, we have the hatchet, the dagger, the alchemist fire, the oil, the alarm, the spike, and the antidotes. I think the only thing left really would be to get these checks. Let's close that. Let's go back to the gazebo because we have a lock picking and we have a strength. So we have DC 15, thievery. I wonder if we pipe trained. See how that works. Okay, trained is not a parameter that is used. Alright, so there's that. Oops, 17. 17 strength, okay. Okay, I think that's it. Alright, yeah, let's see if we can get these actors in here real quick, like, no, not looking to import beast, oh, let's see what we can do. Okay, no, I don't think, I guess we could check the actors. I don't know what we would find. Oh, wow. Okay. Is okay. Oh, they actually have lawn crawfish. Um, wish I knew. Wish I found this folder a lot earlier. Um, Princess, Precarious Pile, and Lawn Crawfish. I don't think there were any others that I had any issues with. I mean, the text. Let's compare the dogs. But I think these ones just came in as taxidermic dogs. So yeah, these ones look great. So no need to change those out. All right. Um, Quest, shoulders, troubles, crown. All right. Um, non-iconic pre-gens. Ugh, fudge. Where'd they go? What were their? All right. So the first one's Grimmer. Grimnir. Here's Grimnir. All right. I'm glad I looked. Um, Isney. I'm gonna go with Kelstier. Kelsty? Nope. Oh wait, hold up. Uh, it's Isney and Precious. Let's see here if they have. There's Precious. uh, Quizrel. Ren? Ren. And last but not least, Simic. Alright, the only thing left to do now is give them their character art. I, I'm glad I looked. I'm really glad I looked. Um, Simic, I'm gonna use you real quick. Precious is a cat. Hmm. Assets? No. I don't know. Core data. I know somewhere. Alright, we'll look at Precious here in a little bit. Yep, there's Isney. Oh, Grimnir. Come here. We're on 3. Yep, there's Grimnir. NPC 2. Okay. What are we doing with Precious? I'm gonna see if I can find a cat. Okay. Okay, that would work. um, Not really where I was planning on grabbing something. Ah, here we go. Alright. Alright, this is gonna be a bit of a search. Okay, let's see here. And I do mean it is gonna be a freaking search, alright? Um, Creatures. Assets. Hold up, let's do this. Sorry. User data? Let's try in there. Modules. Maybe C. Assets. Tokens. Creature. No, not creatures. Much. There we go. That's what it was. Without shadows. We're gonna go with the Siamese cat there. There's Precious. That'll work well enough. I don't know why it's creating all these actors and giving everybody observer rights. That's odd to me. Oh, I do know why. Configure settings. Default. Huh. I'm not seeing any. I don't see why it would cause them to be like that. Alright, well, we have everything ready for next week to run through our first adventure of Pathfinder. I look forward to this. This looks like it should go well. Isney looks like a pain in the butt to fight. Holy crap, armor class of 18? That seems high. Don't tell me. Okay, Precious is 13. That's not that bad.
Who has 18? Ren is at 18. Oh, they're all 18 except for Grimnir. Okay. Well, I will, actually, I'm going to go ahead and configure ownership. Everybody has observer rights. So let's change that. What was it before? It was a diamond. Um, was that owner? No, owner's a circle. So they had limited access. Okay. Well, I'm going to give them observer. That way players can take a look, see what they want to do. Um, Isney and Precious come together. Um, yeah, I think this is going to turn out great. I'm looking forward to seeing how a one-shot with Pathfinder goes. I'm nervous about it just because it is something new to me. I'm not familiar with Pathfinder. I I am trying to read the book, and trust me, it's going to take a lot of time to get through it all. Um, but that is part of why I'm going to run this one shot next week. Or actually, it's going to be 2 sessions, 2 3-hour sessions roughly. The reason why I'm running it is so I can immerse myself with the rules, get familiar, and try them out. So, thanks for watching. Um, we'll see how this goes. Till then, you guys have a good night and keep playing your tabletop games.